All right, welcome back, everybody. This is Thursday of the second week, and we are going to be in graphics probably for another week. So we're just starting into orthographic projection today. So let's talk about that. Nice job on your lines. Nice job on your boxes. The diagonal lines that I've seen so far coming in look really good. They're due today. So don't forget to upload those today to the submission area. You can't see all this, but yeah, that's coming in right here. You can see we have 4 of them in so far. So don't forget to do that. All right, so today we're going to talk about orthographic projection. So orthographic projection is taking an object and projecting a direct 90-degree view. The 3 views that we're going to focus in on are the front view, the right side view, and the top view. So one of the concepts of trying to learn this, if you've never had it before, is this glass box thing. So if you have an object, put it in a glass box and then project all of the visible edges to the side of the box. So like for the front view, we can see everything that is in our view that is an edge. Those become solid, what we call continuous lines. Okay, we can see the hole in the front view. It's a continuous line. It's a circle, but it's a continuous circle, right? No dashes, no hidden lines like this. So when we do the right side view, we see the right edge of the right side. We see the bottom all the way around the profile. So those are all continuous lines. This line we see kind of in the middle. Excuse me, in the middle of the region, that's this line, right? But the hole we do not see. So what we can't see in a view gets put in as a hidden line. And these are good examples of hidden lines. They're not too small, not too big, but they definitely are not continuous, right? So that's the glass box concept. Now, when you unfold the glass box, it looks like this. There's many views, but we, again, are only going to focus on the front, the right side, and the top. Notice that these views are in line with each other. The bottom lines up with the bottom. The left side of the front lines up with the left side of the top. That's called in projection. That's why this kind of drawing is called orthographic projection. They're 90 degrees, that's ortho, and they're projecting to each other. So once, if you draw the front view first, then you can like kind of project over and build a lot of the right side view from the front, and same with the top, okay? So when we do these objects, you really have to think about like, oh, put the glass box around it, and then I just want to draw a straight view looking at the object. No depth perception stuff. All right, so when you do this, keep in mind that sometimes we have foreshortened lines or lines that are not true length. So that's a true length line, but this line, looking at the right side view, is not a true length, and this would be a true length. So the top one, good example too, true length. And then this edge becomes a point, right? This edge right here in the front view. So just look this over kind of carefully. This PowerPoint is up on Blackboard, so you can look at it closer. We're not going to do dimensions yet, so I'm not going to really talk about placement of dimensions. But this is a typical orthographic view drawing right here of an object, okay? So we have the front view and we have the title of that view down below. We have the right side view and the title of the view, and then we have the top view, right? So visible edges, we see all those, some kind of thing here that we can't see, but I can project it up to say, oh, that's a circle, right? And then here is a hole that I can't see in the top view. It becomes hidden lines. Notice the hidden lines, again, are not too small, not too big, but kind of just right? They show up, but you don't need to have, 20 dashes in here. 3 dashes are fine. All right, so we're going to practice trying to make these from three-dimensional objects. This is drawing two-dimensionally. This is a two-dimensional drawing of three-dimensional objects. So this is our practice one right here. And I'm going to do that. So this is going to be our standard front view, okay? If we all keep the same front view, then we'll have a better chance of producing the same objects. Okay, so here it is. I'm going to zoom into it a little bit. You can see it better. And I'm going to sketch, but when you do it, I'm going to want you to use your good straight edges and straight line work, okay? But I'm going to sketch just for time's sake. If I can find a pencil that works. All right, so this is our front view. The way I do it, again, you can think about glass box, but I really just kind of look at the object. I would figure out its size. We're 4-inch by 4-inch grid. I'm going to have to figure out a scale to get it down onto this piece of paper, but we've done all that. So I'm going to let you figure that out on your own, right? But once you get it, I will use the straight edge a little bit, I guess. I would start at the front view. And essentially, I'm just drawing this base from here all the way over, right? So from there to there, whatever that measurement is. And then I see it comes all the way up. And I see this whole edge over here. So again, just focused on this front view. All the way up, right? I bet it's this kind of the same dimension. And then I see across the top. So really the front view is giving me this nice profile. Looks like it comes up, right? Comes up here. And rather than trying to, figure out what that angle was, I constructed it, right? Measured across, measure over. And now I know what that angle is without having to figure it out. Again, I'm just sketching. I'm not measuring, but I'm just trying to get you to feel this orthographic projection thing. It looks like I can see this all the way across. This surface creates an edge in this front view. So it does come all the way across. And that's the part you really want to think about, like depth. I can't tell that this is deeper than this in this view, but I know I can see those edges. They're visible. So I think I have everything from the front except for the hole. The hole looks to be lined up with this, right? And it's down a ways. So, it's in here. I'm just going to sketch it. I'm going to get my circle template out. But this is the front view, right? All text needs guidelines. Sometimes we leave off view, right? Front, side, top. That's perfectly fine. Now, when I think about projection, I'm going to project this over, right? And then that's going to create the bottom over here, this wide. Now I'm looking at it from the right, right? And I know from the right, it looks like I can see all the way across. Again, this goes all the way across. So I can project that over. I maybe need my side. This looks like it comes up on this left side of the right view, comes up that tall. And it looks like it comes over, right? And then it goes up again. Just looking at the right side view. I can project this over horizontally to here, right? I can project the circle over here and here. So really, it does a lot for us, being able to project. Again, you want to do this nice and light in the beginning. I'm doing it a little darker just so you can see it. But then when you do it nice and light, you'll be able to come back in and get rid of those kind of things, right? This creates a hidden. Again, not too small, not too big. Yeah. And then it looks like from the right side view, I can see this shoulder go away. So it's in here somewhere about halfway, I think. So there we go. No dimensions. Right? And then I would go for the top. And again, I can use projection to help me with this. I can project up. Yeah, everything. I can project up. It looks like this is in the back, this little thing. So I'll just put it back there. And then these are going to be in the back. I'm just lightly doing it. If I had my T-square, this would be nice and straight, you know, be really good. All right, again, now I'm thinking top view. So I'll just get my whole cube because from the top, it looks like a rectangle like that. It looks like this splits it. Again, I'm just sketching without measuring. I want you to measure. I want you to make it as accurate as you can when you do the exercise, okay? But just from that, I can see that from the top view, oh, this shoulder shows up, right? This cutout. So that's in here about halfway, it looks like. Looks like it's probably a 45. And then this would go away. I'd erase that. But now, see this corner? That projects down. That should have been in the front view. So you can use these views to help each other, right? So that is actually going to work really good. I'm going to try to erase this without making a huge mess. My erasers don't work well these days. A little better, not much. All right. But I think you get it, right? Hopefully this helps. And then the hidden lines go in. At the end, we would want to darken this. Get it all nice and dark. But make sure all your lines connect up nicely. This is that shoulder right there. Yeah. And in the end, we want to make sure that we name all our views. I'm going to look for that. That's orthographic projection, no dimensions. Everything projects to each other. I pretty much have it. This looks good from the top. Kind of from the top view, that's this right here. This big long rectangle, that's this thing. And then the slope surface, that's this thing. So you can kind of, when you're done, you can go back over it and say, oh yeah, this checks. From the right side view, I see kind of a rectangle, right? Oh, it looks like this comes all the way across. So I missed it there. So it's really good to go back over everything. But it does not come down here. It's just a rectangle down there. So that's this rectangle. This sloped rectangle, that's this. And then this slope away, that's that. All right, now I think I've got it. You're going to do this exercise. And you're going to do number 1, this one, and number 8, this one. Front view here, right side and top. So be careful. These are little puzzles. Try to work it out. And then on Tuesday, we will go back over it and do some more. Have a great weekend.